assume this is a US person, and he or she is either is or is going to be based in Cyprus and running an LLC, a US LLC. So for those who may not be familiar, US LLC is a kind of a hybrid. It is not, it can be treated as a pass-through unless certain elections are made. So within various EU jurisdictions, we found that it can be more or less a test of facts and circumstances as to whether the country would treat it as a pass-through or as a U.S. corporation. Generally speaking, do you have a sense for how Cyprus looks at U.S. LLCs, Mary?
We also have the concept of either the concept of self-employed in Cyprus, which is doing an activity under a trading name, or but we also have tasks which are also pass-through. But I'm not sure I understand the question. So he has a pass-through LLC, and he plans to relocate to Cyprus and become a Cyprus tax resident.
That's the sense we're getting from this question. So I guess if I'm to hazard a guess, it really is, as it is in other European countries, a test of facts and circumstances. So if it is a single member LLC, so he is the only person employed by this, he's created this LLC, and he's the only person working with this LLC, and he sits in Cyprus. I remember the first slide, like the very first slide that you had in your presentation, spoke about management and control. So in that case, management and control is being exercised in Cyprus. So the entire activity of this LLC would be taxable in Cyprus. Mary, am I correct in saying that?
Well, it depends. I mean, it depends on a variety of factors and how this is actually done in practice. But if he becomes a Cyprus tax resident, and we need to see what sources of income, how is the structure. Is he indeed managing this LLC in Cyprus? If he from Cyprus, and is this considered a Cyprus instead of US? So, I mean, it's not a clear, straight answer because there are a lot of many factors to consider.
Absolutely, that's correct. And whoever sent the question, he or she did make that point that they are not able to get a clear answer, and the reason is because it is not something that is very clear. There are lots of facts and circumstances and unique variables that need to be considered, as Mary has said, before we come to that conclusion. And that would apply if it is a pass-through LLC, or even if it is someone has made the election and it's an S Corp or a C Corp. Again, it really would be a test of facts and circumstances. So I guess to get an answer to that question, the best thing is for this person to reach out to Mary directly. And your contact details are there. And again, this is being recorded, so you can always rewind and play it over and make sure you get her contact details and reach out to her and have a consult and really get into that. So I'm just reading. That would be the best time. Yeah, I'm just reading through. This person sent a pretty long email. So he or she, they're speaking about withholding taxes. Again, from a U.S. point of view, if you are a U.S. person, you're going to be taxed regardless. So it's not much of a discussion. The only conversation really is how they would like their relationship structured with the entity, but they will be subject to U.S. taxes. If they are not a U.S. person, and this person didn't specify, but if they're not a U.S. person, then there should be, as long as there's no substance in the U.S., and if it's not a C Corp, and there is no substance in the U.S., there's no economic activity on U.S. soil, then they should not be subject to U.S. taxes, any income taxes. There may be sales or use tax, depending on whether it's a physical activity, a physical product they're selling, or whether it's software, because there are certain jurisdictions that will tax SaaS, software as a service. So in this case, generally speaking, I don't think the U.S. is really an issue. That is really crystal clear. I mean, whether you're taxable or not depends on whether you have economic activity in the U.S., whether there's substance, and whether the person is a U.S. person. So that is crystal clear. The challenge is understanding the Cypriot tax consequences. And for that, you need to talk about management control. We need to talk about the nature of the activity, and you need to reach out to Mary to get on that. So I'm sorry we couldn't be specific, but that's the nature of these things.
So if you're a 6, 7, or 8-figure investor, entrepreneur, or business owner who needs a tailor-made solution from a qualified team of professionals, we can help you achieve the international lifestyle, the freedom, and even the tax savings you're looking for. Visit us at htj.tax and live that international life.